Hi everybody, and welcome to today's craft for Sunday, October 4th. What you will need today is you will need to have printed out the umbrella here, and also print out one of these sheets here, but you're only going to need one row of these. So you'll just need one row of these, and then we'll cut those out. And then you'll need a pair of scissors to cut those out, a glue stick, and some crayons or markers or colored pencils. So we're going to start off here with our umbrella. And in our story today, we learned that God's got it. So that's what it says on our umbrella. So let's just go ahead and we're going to start by coloring the umbrella, and you can color it any way you want because it is your umbrella and there is no wrong way to do this. So you can color it all the same color, or you can pick different colors. It doesn't matter. So I'm coloring mine all one color, just going with red, and these are scented. This is strawberry scented. So I'm just going to color mine red. And have you guys had to use an umbrella this past week? But it's kind of been raining a little bit, hasn't it? And that's okay, because our trees and our flowers and all our plants and everything, even though it's getting into fall, they still need the rain. Okay, now I'm going to color my words. God's got it. So if you watched our story video today, we said that if I ask you the question and I say, who's got it? Then you answer, God's got it, right? All right, so, all right, so there I've colored my umbrella. Now the next thing we are going to do is we have some story pictures here, and if you haven't cut them out already, kids, you can cut them out, or if your mom's or dad or somebody wants to help you cut them out, we only need one row of them. We only need one each of the pictures. So I'm just going to cut these out here. There's one, there's two, and three. And I can just set the rest of these aside. Okay, so these are our story pictures here. And what we are going to do is we are going to be gluing them in the squares down here. And I'll tell you where to glue them. So we are going to start with our story picture number 1. That looks kind of like this, a smaller version of this. So story picture number 1. And so in our Bible story today, the king told I can't get the names right very well, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, that he wanted them to bow down to him, right? But they said, we can't do that. We can only bow down to the one true God. So we are going to take this picture here that says number 1, and we are going to glue it in this square right here. And kids, what I find works really well is if you just take the glue stick and just kind of color in that square, rather than trying to put the glue on the little picture. So put the glue in that square, and now we're going to take our picture and we're going to put it right on there. All right, so there's story picture number 1 in the first square. Okay, now we are going to find story picture number 2, which is a smaller version of this here. Okay, now, so they didn't want to bow down to the statue, and the king got so mad that he threw them into the fiery furnace, right? But he threw them in the fire, but you know, when he looked into the fire, Do you remember that he saw not 3 people, but 4? And if you remember from our story, that was an angel that God sent to help protect those guys, right? So the angel protected Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego from the fire. So now we are going to take story picture number 2, and we are going to glue that in the middle square right here. So again, just take your glue stick, color in that square, and take story picture number 2 and glue it right in there. There we go. All right, good job. Now, we have our last story picture here. Looks like this here, right? So, when the king saw that God had protected them from the fire, he told them to come out of the fire, and he could not believe that they weren't hurt at all. They were just fine, weren't they? So, the king said that God is the one true God, and that now everybody would only bow down to only God. No more statues, just the one true God. So let's take story picture number 3, our last picture, and we're going to glue that into the last box here. So get your glue sticks, color in that last box with your glue. Take your last picture, and we're going to glue it right here in that last square. All right, so look it. There we go. Now we've got a story, right? 1, 2, 3. All right, good job, you guys. So we have, this is an umbrella, and do you remember what umbrellas protect us from? They protect us from the rain, and they keep us from getting wet. And in our story today, God was like an umbrella for Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, wasn't he? Because he protected them from the fire when they were thrown into that furnace, right? So God is always with them no matter what, and guess what? God is with you too. So when I say, who's got it? You say, God's got it. Are you ready? Who's got it? God's got it. All right. Good job, you guys. Thanks so much for joining me today, and I hope to see you guys next week. Have a great week.